going to talk about new construction, and with the inventory being so low in the retail market, Scott, can you guys just create a whole bunch more inventory for us to sell some homes?
We're doing our best.
Yeah, you guys are. I see new communities popping up everywhere.
Yeah, it's been really exciting. We've opened in just the first 2 months of the year. We've opened up 3 new communities, and today's a big day. It's our grand opening for our newest model at Epperson Ranch, which
Awesome.
is the I think it's a lot of buzz. That's that new community up in Wesley Chapel that has the 7-acre swimming pool.
Yes,
essentially.
yes, that's awesome. I saw one of the news. I think even it got a little plug on the news.
It's gotten a lot of press. It's the first one in the United States.
That's awesome.
And they've built these around the world, but this is the first one coming to the United States, and it's coming right here to Tampa and Wesley Chapel. So we're having our model grand opening today, and we're open for sales right now. And we've got 3 new communities opening over the next 2 months, and in all of our communities, our goal is to have at least 10 to 12 inventory homes that we start our top 3 and 4 most popular floor plans, and as soon as we sell one, we start another.
So Epperson Ranch, what's the price range and size range of the homes within Epperson Ranch? You know, just a ballpark type, figure.
Yeah, so Epperson's going to be it is going to be our Express brand of homes. We've got the multiple brands. Express is designed a little more specifically for the price and payment sensitive buyer, but we're going to start with our Alex floor plan, which starts at just over 1,500 square feet. We have 5 different floor plans going from 1,500 square feet to 2,500 square feet, and prices start from the 220s to the 250s.
That's awesome. A $220,000 new construction home with all the bells and whistles, lots of amenities.
And
lower
a 7-acre
insurance
swimming
costs,
pool.
and a 7-acre swimming pool. And I think that one of the interesting things about that is, and it's something Roberto at our office speaks to a lot. When we get in new customers that are having a hard time. So if you're a buyer out there in the market and you're not working with our team, shame on you. But if you are, it's going to be something that we make sure you look at. New construction and DR Horton is an option, because so many people come in and they get frustrated with, look, there's no inventory, they're missing out on multiple offers, and and there's a constant struggle with that obviously is solved with that element.
Yes, absolutely. And something good about new construction is that if you're buying and you're like 4 months out, you can actually get under contract in the house, and you don't have to move till the home's ready. So homes that are on the market now, you probably have to move within 45, 50 days versus new construction. It gives you that extra time.
Yeah, especially with the market being as competitive as it is, the seller is going to want an offer that can close faster.
Yeah.
And sometimes people will close before they're even ready to move into the home, just because they want to win a house. That obviously isn't the case with new construction. And in some cases, you can pick your finishes if everything's not completed. Obviously, if it's inventory and already done, then there's some chances for optional type things. But I think that's something that is appealing to buyers too, is the ability to not just design the whole thing from scratch, but maybe make it, add some of their own custom finishes. And you guys have a whole design center that goes into, pretty much, anything someone could want in a home.
Yeah, and that would be more of on our Horton brand, which is more bells.
The Express Homes is correct.
Yeah,
the Express Homes is more of a plug and play.
We do packages, and we try to make it really nice. And with our Express, the washer, dryer, refrigerator, blinds are included. So it's a really nice package. The home really is move-in ready. But when you get into that DR Horton brand, absolutely, we have a design studio, and you can go design your home to your heart's content.
And you guys had a record-breaking year, similar to us in 2016. And how many homes did DR Horton sell in 2016, and how many? And where does that put you in terms of builders, in the local market?
Yeah, so 2016 was a great year for us. We finished the year with just 1,210 homes, just so over 1,200. The big three in this market would be Lennar, DR Horton, and Cal Atlantic, which was that merger between Ryland and Stanpack. But Lennar's probably a little bit ahead of us, and they're a great builder in a lot of ways as well. But we're growing, and we've got a lot of communities, and so great competition, which is only good for the customer.
Yeah, and I think that's you guys obviously growth in the local area has been pretty solid, and I would tell you that I think the feedback that we get from our customers, that are in the market today, that the struggle with the challenges of finding inventory, it's a solution that sometimes people overlook, and I think you know, let's say that maybe they want to live in a certain part of town and new construction is an option there. But if they're saving hundreds of dollars a month on utilities and lower insurance costs and lower maintenance costs, can they sacrifice location for, you know, a property with more amenities and a, you know, freaking 7-mile whatever swimming pool?
Yeah.
7-acre swimming pool, right?
Yeah.
It's a 7 acres.
7 acres.
7 miles, that would be
Yeah.
one hell of a swimming pool right there. We would need like boats and, you know, races and stuff for that kind of a swimming pool.
And the reality is we've got, and if you go to our website, drhorton.com, you type in Tampa, all the communities will pop up. But I mean, basically, you know, there's no real area that we're not in at this point. We've got new construction. One of those new communities I was talking about a second ago called Stonebrook. We're in Pinellas.
Yeah.
And it's like
Which
there is
very,
no,
very hard.
very
new
difficult.
construction.
We have new construction starting in Pinellas, and we're going to start. It'll be in the high twos. So we have new construction there, and another new community we just opened up last week for the person who's really on, you know, looking for the affordable side is Cypress Creek. It's a Ruskin address, but new construction starts from the 170s.
And I think the other thing, you know, obviously we have an office in Tampa and one in Sarasota, and our agents we get some extra training from you guys on how to even consult and help people understand DR Horton's product greater than some brokerage because of that relationship. So you can stop into either one of our offices anytime, and our agents can go through, help you kind of identify and you know, certainly represent the buyer, but make sure they know everything that's available with DR Horton. And you know, in both Sarasota and Tampa, and you guys have really grown in that Sarasota-Bradenton market too. I know that we've had a couple of recent $700,000 plus sales with you guys in that market down there, and I think that's another thing. That's another market where you have people that a lot of times are buying a second home, a retirement home, a vacation home. It's a higher price point market, and sometimes it's a more discriminating buyer. So some of those higher end products that you guys have are super helpful for someone who's looked at all the inventory. I mean, we had, you know, I hate to say this because Scott's going to think maybe he needs to raise his prices, but please don't raise your prices. We had a customer buy, I think, $725,000, and they were looking at above $1 million. They looked at everything above $1 million, and then our agent took them to your community, and they're like, oh my God, this is a steal. And for all the bells and whistles that they got, it was an incredible opportunity for them. So please don't raise your prices.
Yeah.
But it really is, if a consumer's out there in that market too, comparing and contrasting, it's a great option.
I always tell people, you know, take a look at a mix, but there is, and the home you mentioned is our Emerald brand. So our Emerald is
Yes.
our kind of our upper level brand with, you know, really high finishes. And down in Sarasota, we do that east and west of the trail, and in Tampa, we do that South Tampa between Gandy and Kennedy, where we do our Emerald brand. But you know, there's just something happens when a buyer looks at new construction, and it's got, you know, updated colors. The layout's a little more open than maybe a home that was built 10 years ago, and basically, you know, almost for the same price, and in some instances less, you get a new home, new construction, updated architecture. You know, it just makes a lot of sense. And you're like, I don't need to buy resale, I'm going to buy new, which maybe wasn't on their radar just a week or two prior.
Yeah, and I think especially a buyer that's maybe even some, you know, obviously it's an option that we have a lot of millennials. You know, Roberto, you know, I'm sure works with a lot of first-time home buyers that don't really want to deal with buying in Seminole Heights and having the risk of repairs and insurance on a 100-year-old home.
Yeah, yeah. New construction should always be an option for people. Just like he said, the home's brand new. You don't have like a deadline. Like if you're trying to get out of a rental into a new house and you have 2 months to move and you cannot find something because inventory is really low, that's the best option in my opinion. The homes are new, so insurance is probably going to be less.
Yeah.
You don't have to do, you know, wind mitigation and all this other
You don't have as
things.
many hoops to jump
Yeah,
through.
exactly. So
And again, it's still important for the buyer to inspect because it helps that punch list. You know, it helps build out to make sure. You know, I think I've always said I've never seen a clean inspection report. Inspectors pay; they're supposed to find stuff. But secondarily, I think the other thing is, you know, you've got the retirees and the boomers that have, you know, this isn't their first time on the radio. They've bought multiple homes. And, you know, just walking into a new construction home and having everything completely done turnkey is, especially for someone like that, is very welcoming because if they've not bought a new home before, it's just a big relief for them, having gone through the process and knowing that, hey, look, it can be stressful, it can have complications, and a new build is going to reduce some of that.
Yep, and we're, you know, you get that new home warranty, so you can buy, and with our warranty, know for those first 2 years especially, if there's an issue or a challenge or a problem, we're going to be there for you. We're going to take care of you. We've been in this market for a very long time. We're the nation's largest home builder. We're not going away, and we're going to do right by the customer. So it gives you that peace of mind.